Welcome back to our town, Norfolk, where the Great American Comedy Festival was created in 2008 to pay tribute to the legacy of Johnny Carson.
We'll go ahead and head on upstairs, and you can see where Johnny's bedroom was that he shared with his brother Dick, and also where his parents and his sister's bedrooms were.
It's only right that the site of the Comedy Festival story is at the childhood home of Nebraska's own comedy legend.
This is Johnny's bedroom.
Jim McKenzie bought this historical house 4 years ago and has been fixing it up ever since.
It's just fun to enjoy the history and learn more about Johnny in the process, and also try and give back to the community.
So Martin Short was here last year. He was our headliner last year, and he put on just a great show. It was absolutely hilarious. It was fantastic. Really enjoyed Drew Carey. Got to interact with him a little bit after that show.
Chase Pfluger joined the Comedy Festival organizational team as a booking agent last year.
Growing up in Norfolk, Johnny's our hometown hero and definitely has a lot of influence. And the other thing about Johnny is he's just given so much back to Norfolk.
Big-time performers such as Robert Klein, Larry Miller, and Caroline Ray have attended the festival in the past.
The crowds were huge from the get-go, and they've just continued to fill the theater year in and year out. So it's just the energy, and people are always looking forward to it every year.
Over the years, this festival has earned a stellar reputation in the comedy community.
It makes our job as bookers a lot easier when we have a good reputation, the comedians seem to enjoy themselves, and then they talk.
There's a lot of pressure to live up to where the festival's been.
Austin Haygood joined the committee 2 years ago and has teamed up with Chase in booking talent for the festival.
The previous committees for the last 10 years have really started something that the comedy world has embraced. I mean, I've heard from several comedians, this is you need to be at this for your career. So it's talked about, which is always mind-blowing to me.
Something tells me Mr. Carson would be proud. The Great American Comedy Festival will take place once again this summer. This time it's June 14th through the 16th. I hope to see you there. Hot Wheels brand toy cars are celebrating their 50th anniversary this year, and no one in our town, Norfolk, can appreciate that more than the man you're about to meet.
So over here are my collection of customs that I've built.
Kent Von Kampen has lined most of the walls in his house with this massive collection of tiny die-cast vehicles.
On through here is just the beginning of my personal collection. I've started collecting when I was just a kid like anybody else, and through the years I've collected more than some years, and other years where I just kind of lose control.
Kent says he has nearly 3,000 die-cast cars in his collection, but believe it or not, he says that isn't even that large compared to some.
So along this back wall here, we have a little bit of everything again, mainly focusing on some European cars.
This 41-year-old really knows his stuff.
So this is a Datsun 510 BRE Bluebird, and it was part of the Vintage Racing series from 2011. It is unbelievable how much I've learned to appreciate and just gain knowledge and grow from other people.
This 1996 graduate of Norfolk High School says the advent of the internet has changed the game of collecting die-cast cars.
I can instantly go onto Facebook and some of the groups that I belong to and know when a certain car is going to hit Walmart or Target, Family Dollar. So we moved downstairs, and you can see it continues.
There seems to be more and more and more cars everywhere you look.
This is mainly my BMWs, and when you talk about what to collect, you collect what you like. That was the best piece of advice I ever got. Mainly in this container, I have a few treasure hunts. A treasure hunt is a car that was made by Hot Wheels to be a limited edition or a special edition car. What I'm doing right now is I have 3 cars that are in various stages of the custom process. So in these last little displays here is just a mix of different cars that I've just run out of room for.
Kent loves these shiny little cars, but throughout the years, it's been the people that he's met along the way that make it so rewarding.
I've dealt with people from India to Australia and most of the lower 48 here in the States. Hawaii, nobody in Alaska yet.
But who knows, Kent might meet his first Alaskan Hot Wheels collector coming up here in the first week of April when he attends his very first National Hot Wheels Convention in Dallas. The Norfolk Arts Center brings art into the lives of nearly 20,000 people in and around our town Norfolk every year.
Our mission is to bring people in the arts together, and I think that's important for a lot of reasons. We build community.
Kara Weander Gaster is the executive director of the Norfolk Arts Center.
We do a lot of things. We do visual arts, performing arts, and arts education. So we're not a museum. We bring in different art from across the state and really actually from across the nation. We change exhibits all the time, so it's always great to stop by and see something different every 3 months.
Kara says the Arts Center also offers performing arts as well.
We bring in performances for children and adults. Probably our most exciting program is the Theater for Kids, which is where we bring theater from across the nation into Norfolk for all the school children. So once in the spring, once in the fall, we do elementary school, and we bring about 2,000 kids from across the area into Norfolk. Because, you know, if you live in some of those smaller towns throughout the area, they don't all have live theater. So we're happy to be able to offer that and draw people in for that.
Kara puts a lot of effort into offering a wide variety of events.
We love to make connections in the community, and we like to offer programming that's for the whole community. One of our big events is also Fork Fest, which we do the first weekend in August.
Coming up, everywhere you look in this town, you'll see people helping people. The spirit of philanthropy in our town Norfolk awaits after this message. Welcome back to Our Town Norfolk. I'm Lance Schwartz. The Philanthropy Council has been creating a culture of giving here in Northeast Nebraska since 2010.
We were looking for a way to educate the next generation of philanthropists in the community. So instead of doing something to or for the youth, we tried to figure out a way, what is something we could do with the youth.
Vice Chair Anders Olson says the answer turned out to be the Youth Philanthropy Contest.
The idea was to give students the opportunity to apply for up to $1,000 to create a project in the community that benefited it in a positive way.
We talk a lot about compassion, how we put ourselves into someone else's shoes.
Mandy Wolf is a third grade teacher at Jefferson Elementary that has had her class participate in the Youth Philanthropy Contest in each year of its existence.
I want to teach them and give them opportunities and show them that there is a world beyond their own personal experiences.
Anders says Mandy and her class won last year's award.
She's involved hundreds of kids through her classroom projects. It's been a real inspiration for other teachers across the community.
The theme of Mandy's class project is called Made with Love.
We are making weighted lap pillows because we're going to make the kids feel secure at their foster homes.
We took all the stuffing out and then we put rice in it and then we sewed it together, and so it can be a little heavier so they can put it on their lap and feel secure.
Mandy says that teaching kids about philanthropy is a gift that keeps on giving.
So that's my goal for Drew and Hector and Serenity, that one day they will pass it on. They will use their time, talent, and treasures to teach somebody else about philanthropy.
When we give these, I feel really good inside.
And the lasting lesson for these kids is,
whatever you do, do it with all of your heart.
last year, the single-day giving extravaganza known as the Norfolk Area Big Give took in more than $72,000. And this year's Big Give will take place coming up in 3 months on May 22nd. Now to an invoicing company that has created a business model that's focused on giving back to our town, Norfolk.
The business has always been very involved in the community and very philanthropic, even from the early days when it was just a handful of employees here.
Brandon Day is the son of the original owners, and he and his wife Tammy have continued the family tradition of giving back.
They were involved in lots of things in the community. They helped get started the Relay for Life. My mom was involved in the Muscular Dystrophy Association very early on a statewide level. We have a lot of different departments here at DACO's. This is our Information Technology Department.
More than 50 full-time employees have joined Brandon and Tammy in building upon the philanthropic model that Brandon's parents created, and they continue to expand it as the business continues to grow.
The exciting thing is Brandon's parents had that spirit, which is really woven into the DNA of this company. When you look back historically, there's a lot of trends around giving, helping with fundraisers, volunteerism, leadership development, community involvement.
And over the past 2 years, the Days have created a business model called DACO's for Good that takes giving to the next level.
Not only is it Brandon and I or his parents or whoever doing the work in the community, it's all the employees. So the decisions that are made about where to invest in the community is led by the employees. They decide that, not us.